and welcome to Ocean News. My name is Finn Riley and I'm live from the London studio. We bring you the latest developments from around the globe, alongside in-depth coverage of the stories. Let's dive right into the headlines. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said she will meet US President Donald Trump at the White House on Monday, together with other European leaders at the request of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Writing on X, von der Leyen said she would first welcome Zelensky in Brussels for talks with European leaders later on Sunday, before traveling to Washington. The meetings come as Ukraine looks for stronger transatlantic support ahead of what officials describe as a critical phase in negotiations over the war with Russia. Hamas rejected Israel's plan to relocate residents from Gaza City, denouncing it as a new wave of genocide and displacement, after the Israeli military announced it would deploy tents and shelter equipment in southern Gaza to move civilians out of combat zones. The group called the relocation a blatant deception, warning it masked forced expulsion as Israel prepares a new offensive to seize northern Gaza. The war sparked by Hamas's October 7, 2023 attack on Israel that killed 1,200 people and led to 251 hostages being taken has since left more than 61,000 Palestinians dead, displaced most of the Gaza's 2.2 million residents, and raised urgent international concerns over the humanitarian toll. Iranian security forces killed 7 members of the Ansar al-Furqan militant group in an overnight operation in Sistan Baluchistan province. Deputy Governor Ali Velayatipur said the militants who had planned to attack sensitive security and military sites were killed in clashes with government forces. The province, which borders Pakistan and Afghanistan, has long been a flashpoint for violence involving Sunni Baloch rebels and militant groups. The operation came a day after Jaish al-Adil militants claimed responsibility for killing a police officer in the region. European leaders, including Germany's Friedrich Merz, France's Emmanuel Macron, and Britain's Keir Starmer, will accompany Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to Washington on Monday for high-stakes talks with US President Donald Trump, who is pressing Kyiv to accept a rapid peace deal after meeting Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. The allies meet in Brussels on Sunday to bolster Zelensky's position and push for firm security guarantees, wary of proposals that could see Ukraine cede fortified eastern territory in exchange for limited Russian withdrawals. More than 2,500 migrants have crossed the English Channel in small boats in the 11 days since the UK's new one-in, one-out agreement with France began. The deal, unveiled by Prime Minister Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron, allows one asylum seeker with a strong case to stay in Britain for each migrant returned to France. The removals have yet to start and could take up to 3 months. With crossings hitting 28,000 so far this year, over 50,000 since Labour took office in July 2024, ministers face mounting pressure to prove the policy will deter smugglers, as aid workers warn of worsening overcrowding and dangerous conditions at sea. A light aircraft made an emergency landing on a golf course in Sydney on Sunday, with both the pilot and passenger escaping without serious injuries. The Piper Cherokee, carrying a student and instructor on a training flight, came down at Mona Vale Golf Club, scattering debris across the grass. Videos showed the plane flying low before impact, as emergency crews rushed to the scene. Local authorities said the pair were treated for minor injuries, while the cause of the crash remains under investigation. Chief Election Commissioner Ganesh Kumar has demanded that Rahul Gandhi either submit an affidavit backing his allegations of vote theft or issue a public apology, warning that failure to do so within 7 days would render the charges baseless. Gandhi has accused the Election Commission of aiding the BJP by inflating voter rolls through duplicate entries, false addresses, bulk registrations, and misuse of Form 6, citing a Karnataka survey as evidence. Earlier in the day, the Congress leader launched a 1,300-kilometer voter Adhikar Yatra from Sasaram, Bihar, to rally support for the opposition INDIA bloc's campaign against alleged electoral malpractice. The US State Department has suspended all visitor visas for people from Gaza, citing the need for a full and thorough review of a recent medical humanitarian visa program. The move, announced on X, drew sharp criticism from Palestinian rights groups, with the Palestine Children's Relief Fund warning it would devastate efforts to bring critically ill children to the US for life-saving treatment. The policy shift followed posts by far-right activist Laura Loomer, urging the Trump administration to end the program, with Loomer later claiming credit and thanking Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The decision comes amid Gaza's worsened humanitarian crisis, where nearly 2 years of war and an Israeli blockade have left hospitals in ruins and residents facing famine conditions. UK Home Secretary Yvette Cooper has defended her decision to prescribe Palestine Action as a terrorist group, insisting it is more than a regular protest group and has been linked to crimes with a terrorism connection. Writing in The Observer, Cooper highlighted incidences from which the group has claimed responsibility, including violent disorder, aggravated burglary, and millions of pounds in damage to RAF jets and defence vessels. Her remarks come as police confirmed 60 more people will face prosecution for supporting the group, with over 700 arrests made since the ban took effect on July 5th. While many of the cases are still moving towards trial, Cooper said evidence such as the group's so-called underground manual demonstrates its aim to incite unlawful action, warning that some supporters may be unaware of the group's true nature. Ronnie Rondell Jr., the Hollywood stuntman famously set alight for the cover of Pink Floyd's 1975 album Wish You Were Here, has died at age 88. Born in California in 1937, Rondell's career spanned 5 decades, featuring in films including Spartacus, Diamonds Are Forever, The Karate Kid, and The Towering Inferno, as well as TV hits such as Charlie Angels and Baywatch. He later worked as a stunt coordinator on productions such as Batman and Robin and The Mighty Ducks. In 1970, he founded Stunts Unlimited, a leading stunt company in Hollywood. Rondell retired in 2001, earning his final credit for The Matrix Reloaded in 2003, and received a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Taurus World Stunt Awards the following year. He is survived by his wife Mary and his son Ronald. New Zealand reclaimed the world's #1 ranking with a 41-24 victory over Argentina in their rugby championship opener in Cordoba. Sevu Reece and Semisoni Takwe Aho both scored twice as the All Blacks surged to a 31-10 halftime lead, before withstanding a spirited second-half fight-back from the Pumas. Thomas Albornoz and Joaquin Oviedo cut the deficit to 7 points after Billy Proctor's yellow card, but Takweaho's late double sealed the win. The results, combined with South Africa's 38-22 defeat by Australia, lifts New Zealand back to the top of the ranking for the first time in 4 years. British actor Terence Stamp, best known for playing the villain General Zod in Those were the headlines. Stay with us as we delve into each story in greater detail after a brief pause.